Hey, Shalom Akim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hakudash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth and that's still teaching His truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes, and who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazamon from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another lesson. And I pray that this lesson will be edifying to the elect. And I want to do a quick video on a point that this individual said here in this video. And this is Shahid Bosun. And he makes some very, very good points in regarding to the American hegemony and the corruptness behind the American hegemony, excuse me. And really Edomite superiority throughout the world. I'm not sure if this individual is an Edomite or not. I perceive, he looks like he could be an Edomite, but at the same time, he does kind of give me, he does kind of give me Jake vibes a little bit, But one thing, one thing that this individual said in this video is that, as you see the title, America, the fatted calf for the slaughter. And initially when I seen that title, it made me first think about Isaiah the 34th chapter. All right, because ultimately America, what you see going on right now with Donald Trump, Doge, defunding of these internal governmental entities, what we're seeing really is just what we're seeing is a fire sale of America take place. All right, now before we let's read this first, and then after this I'll get the definition of fire sale. All right, because this is what you're seeing right now. America's really being liquidated from the inside out. All right, and as America is at the same time, being having to look more stout than its fellows, having to look more stout than its allies. That's going to cause America's allies, all right, to push further and further away from America. As you see, France, demanding back the Statue of Liberty, as an example of many. All right, but this is the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter, and let's start at verse 4. This is Isaiah 34 and verse 4. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. All right, and the heavens being rolled together here as a scroll. All right, it's talking about the ICBM thermonuclear missiles hitting this place. All right, and you have what's called the mushroom cloud. Okay, it says, and all their hosts shall fall down, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. You see, in the host falling down is going to be, these various different militaries that are going to be involved in this war. Okay, and you're going to have the high ones who are settled on high. They're going to be punished. Which the high ones on high currently right now are the global elite. These different families that rule the world, the top 1%. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPont, the Gettys, so on and so forth. Okay, that's why the scripture says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning," like it says in Isaiah the 14th chapter. All right, verse 5, it says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven." Right, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. And how is the sword going to be bathed through heaven? It's going to be bathed through heaven via these ICBM thermonuclear missiles being shot from one end of the world to the other. As it says in 2nd Ezra. All right. Nope. Shot in, I think it's Earth, maybe. I know it's 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, but here it is. All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Let's start at verse 14. It says, "Behold," I'm starting at verse, really got to start up just for the sake of time, because I want to get to that video. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 15. It says the fire is kindled. Excuse me. The fire is kindled and shall excuse me. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. All right, and this fire that's being kindled, all right, is going to be talking about when America's on fire. Okay, and it's not going to be. It's going to burn out for a really. It's going to eventually burn out, but it's going to be on fire for a very long time. All right, so it says the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. And this isn't talking about the whole world. All right, this is talking about a portion of the world, which that portion is going to be America as well as the state of Israel too. But the thing is that the state of Israel is going to be built back up. All right, verse 16. Here's the point. It says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Right. So if you shoot an arrow, it's not going to, the arrow ain't going to turn around on its own and come back and be put back into its quiver. No, it's going to hit its destination, which these missiles are going to hit their destination. Right. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. You see that? So when this destruction comes, and I don't believe this is the precept I was looking for, but I think it still is in the same chapter. But when the destruction comes, there's not going to be anything to hinder it. There's not going to be anything to stop it. Babylon cannot be healed, as the scripture says. So these people, these American sheeple, if you will, all right, who truly think that in their heart of hearts and in their minds of minds that America can be brought back to its glory days, make America great again. You even got Republicans who are who are now in an uproar over this whole Donald Trump election and the things that he said that he would do that he's completely reneging on. Remember, the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. He's gonna turn it whithersoever he will. Okay, like I said, this wasn't the one I was looking for. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I want to say it's in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, man. Or is it 15? I'm trying to remember how it goes. It's slipping my mind at the moment. I think the word shot is in there though. Okay, yeah, it is 2nd. Okay, I didn't start up enough. All right, so this is 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. It says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, and the right hand that's going to bend the bow is Yahweh Shai." All right, because Yahweh Shai is going to be the one that's going to he's the one that issues in the destruction as World War III takes place. All right, Yahweh Shai is going to return with the holy angels to bring forth the final blow. So it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. You see that? The ends of the world. Okay, so there's no bow and arrow that could be shot from America all the way to France. All right, this is talking about missiles. This is talking about the sword, all right, being bathed in heaven, as we're reading here in Isaiah the 34th chapter. All right, so it says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea," which Idumea is talking about Edom. Idumea is a Greek way of saying Edom. "It shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment." See that? That's what the sword is prepared for. That's what the missile is prepared for. It's prepared to bring down, all right, this Edomite beast structure that's been set up to deceive the four corners of the earth, man. This American empire. Okay, which America is the whore that rides upon the beast, that controls the beast. All right, and eventually this whore, all right, as it says in Revelation, is going to be what? It's going to be burnt with fire. And we're clearly seeing the stage being set for this to happen. All right, verse 6, it says, "The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams." So pretty much the altar is set up. The altar is pretty much stacked. You see, you got blood on the altar, man. You got the blood of lambs, goats. You got the fat and the fat of the kidneys. So it's prepared to be burnt up. And America is nothing more than just a huge altar. okay, that Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to set ablaze, okay? And these people are like sheep, you know, and it begins with 2/3 of our people, man. That 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans here that have no clue what's going on. And that's exactly how Esau wanted it, man. He wants you to be completely naive to political, you know, to the political sector of this place. You know, he wants you to be completely naive. He wants you to be completely stupid when it comes to having some intellect. He wants your mental faculty to be wrapped up in TikTok and, you know, eating all kinds of just BS foods, keeping your mind engaged in the bread and circuses. That's what Esau wants. So that when the blow comes, the blow is going to be way harder, and you're not going to be able to bounce back from it. Okay, so it says, for Yahweh hath sacrificed in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, and this is in the land of Idumea, specifically talking about America. All right, so I'm gonna go to this article. I'm gonna go to this video real quick here, and then I'm gonna play a part of it. Fair use. I'm not using this video for political reasons or for monetary gain. I'm using this as free information to report on. All right. So fair use, fair use, fair use.
You can have it. Give me that $5 million and we'll be on our way.
And he was talking about just a backdrop. He was talking about how you have these gold cards, whereas you can have anybody who, you know, is a foreign entity or a foreign nationalist, a foreign billionaire, to make it easier, that can literally purchase their citizenship with this new Visa gold card that Trump is offering. So he was like, well, how come you can't have it, whereas these American citizens, he was like, and he mentioned specifically the African American, which, you know, we're really Israelites, but, you know, how come we cannot sell our citizenship for, you know, $5 million? He was saying that would be a better option than having these foreign billionaires come over here and buy their citizenship, you know, and they could be, you know, fleeing all kinds of corruption, or they could have some corruption policy going on in their home country, but, you know, they come over here and purchase their citizenship with this gold card. All right, but anyways, it's just a backdrop.
Who wouldn't go for that deal? Well, you'd see that whole country depopulated within days. But seriously, I think that you're going to have to think in terms of how you're going to ride this avalanche, and don't fool yourself ever into thinking that you can ever stop it or that you can reverse it. No, you are so...
You see that? He said, don't think that you can stop this avalanche, or don't think that you can reverse it, because you can. We just read that in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. You know, as an arrow is shot from a mighty archer, it's not going to return back. The plagues have been sent, and who can stop them? Nobody. Okay, there's no kind of political policy that could be set in place that's going to cause the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Shai to cease. Okay, there's nothing in place that's going to stop this judgment that Yahweh Bashim Shai has set up for this place. Nothing.
On a landslide. If you're an American, and you're going to have to pay attention to the way that that landslide is moving, to adjust your position accordingly to make sure that you don't fall and get swallowed into it. That's what's happening. And the unfortunate reality is that the power structure has spent decades making sure that you are not equipped to deal with this.
And that's a heavy point. He said that the power structure has spent decades, really centuries, you know, but right now we're in a time where knowledge has increased. But as knowledge is increasing and more information of this devil's coming out, you got a lot more distractions that are taking place too. You know, you got a lot more distractions because, you know, even at this time that we're in right now, you know, these people that we see on an everyday basis are in the most stupefied, dumb state that the world has ever seen. Specifically beginning with our people. You know, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know, you true Israelites. Okay, the Esau has did a number to make sure that he shoved black culture, you know, Indian culture, Mexican culture down your throat. You know, he has done everything to make sure that you can worship any god under the sun. You know, that's what Esau did, man. That's why the scripture says here. Let me get this first. I think this is in the book of Jeremiah. Gods, O Judah, streets. Yep, I think this is it. This is Jeremiah chapter 2. All right, because our people are rooted in idolatry, man. You know, in idolatry, in you know, idolatry being shoved down your throat. You know, Christianity. Once again, like I said, black culture, and I'm saying these things because it begins with Judah, and then it trickles down to the rest of the 12 tribes. It begins with the Southern Kingdom, though. You know, but all these various different, you know, philosophies that Jake is wrapped up in. Esau did that on purpose. You know, civil rights. Okay, all that was really set up to further destroy you from within. You know, he'll put the guns and things like the guns and the drugs in your neighborhood. You know, he'll put them in there, and then he'll just see you wipe yourself out from within. You see, but this is Jeremiah chapter 2. All right, verse 28. All right, and it reads. It says, just give me 1 second. All right, just want to make sure that I'm getting ready to park anyway, but I have to make a turn. But it says here, it says, but where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? See, because our people serve all kinds of different idols, man. You know, one of the chief idols being Serapis Christus, aka Jesus Christ. You know, but Jake is into all kinds of different madness, man. You know, they're smitten with madness. You know, into, you know, gods of Egypt, which Serapis Christus is really a Egyptian god. It really goes back to Apis the bull, if you want to be technical. But it says, but where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? It says, let them arise. Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. Right? It says, for according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. You see, so it's you know, Jake has a god for everything, and one of the main gods that they worship is themselves, man. You know, pride is at an all-time high. You know, you ask any Israelite about geopolitics. You ask them about how the financial system works. You ask them about what's going on geopolitically. Like I said, you know, they can't tell you anything. All they can say is, "Oh, Trump's a racist. Oh, that Trump, that damn fool." You know, that's all that they can say, but they can't really tell you anything. They can't tell you anything about what's going on even domestically. They can't tell you anything about what's going on. They ask somebody what Doge means. You know, they ain't gonna know. You see? But that's exactly how they got it set up. You see? That's why the scripture says that my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. It also mentions what? Be not ignorant in the matter small nor great. Now, does that mean that you got to know all the interest? What's the word I'm looking for? The intricacies. Does that mean that you got to know all the intricacies of how, you know, the political, you know, the right wing and the left wing works? No, but you should have some knowledge on it, according to the scriptures, to let you know that what they're two horns like a lamb, but they're speaking like a dragon. But only the elect of the nation of Israel are really going to truly understand and go into these things and break it down using the scriptures, tying everything together. So let's run this back 10 seconds.
Is that the power structure has spent decades making sure that you are not equipped to deal with this. That's the truth. Making sure that you don't have the intellectual faculties, that you don't have the material faculties, that you don't have the social skills, the community building skills.
And there's nothing that can, once again, there's nothing that can be done to, quote unquote, build America back up. You know, it doesn't matter about, getting together with your own community and things of that nature. No, America was nothing more than a project that was set up, all right, to fulfill its purpose, and now its purposes is done. And what they're doing is they're dismantling it. You see, because all they're doing is ushering in a new global system. All right, where you're not going to have, you're not going to have America as being the helm as a superpower. Okay, they're going to have the top elite that are going to own everything, and everybody else is going to be slaves underneath them. That's what they want, and it's going to be all, and it's going to all lead to a microchip. You see, you're not going to have different. You're not going to have upper class, middle class, and lower class. All that's going to be gone. All that shit's going to be done away with, man. You're going to have the super rich, and you're going to have the poor, and everybody's going to be subject to the system. Well, that's what the elite want. Of course, Yahweh Shah he's gonna stop it. But they are going to be able to, mass microchip a lot of people. But I will say this. Well, not me, but shit. The scriptures say it. There will be resistance. There's going to be resistance whenever more of these draconian laws start being passed. There is going to be resistance, and it is going to be bloody. Okay, America's going to go out in a very, very bloody, chaotic way. Okay? America's going to go out in a very bloody, chaotic way. And most of these people here have no idea how bad it's really truly going to be. There's a reason as to why the scriptures say that in Daniel chapter 12, where it tells you that it's going to be a time like no other. And it's going to be the time of trouble that the world has never seen. Okay, there's a reason why it says that. And we've seen some very, very deep, bad things that's happened. But this is going to far surpass what the world has ever seen, man. I'm talking about death on the astronomical levels. Okay? That's why it's important to fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Letting Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai be your fear and your dread. So that when these things come upon the earth, that you're protected. Okay, that you're not caught up, in all these things that are getting ready to come upon the earth in their perfection.
Or any understanding of solidarity that you need to survive. Why the American people have become literally the fatted calf, ready for slaughter. I mean, look around you. Honestly, look around you. The American people have been fattened up physically, intellectually, psychologically, like livestock.
Yeah, they said they've been fatted up physically, mentally, and intellectually, man. You got people walking around, women walking around being goddamn 500 pounds. Men walking around big as hell. Grown ass adults on social media doing fucking TikTok dances and doing all these, everybody now is a social media influencer in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Somebody's now is this intellectual guru from YouTube pointing all up on the screen. That music playing in the background. Everybody's heads are just looking down when here it is, an overhand right is getting ready to come to knock your shit off, man. But once again, that's exactly how, that's exactly how Esau wanted it. But it's really how Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai wanted it at the end of the day, when it's all said and done. All right, what's the scripture? Revelation, the 19th chapter. It's either 14 or 19. Let me just double check. Let me see. Yep. This is Revelation chapter 14, verse 14. It says, "And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, which that white cloud is a chariot, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle." You see, and that sickle is a threshing instrument that you would use to reap your crops. All right, like you have the Grim Reaper, and you see that instrument in his hand. That's what a sickle is, and it doesn't look like a sickle. Doesn't look like a nice instrument. Okay, a sickle looks like if you run into that bad boy, if you caught up in it, man, it's gonna be some bad times for you, right? It says, "And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in thy sickle and reap." See that? Thrust in thy sickle and reap. Right? It says, "For the time is come for thee to reap." Okay, let's just get this word reap. I'm curious to see what it says here. Thrust in thy sickle and reap. All right, that word reap is therizo. All right, therizo, and it says as the crops are cut down with the sickle, right? It says it's figuratively used for to destroy, cut off. See that? There's gonna be a great slaughter or a great destruction that's gonna reap through this place, man. And like I said, when you watch a video of a reap, it's like when you watch somebody reap in a video. I'm talking about they swinging back and forth, and it's just the blades of grass are getting chopped down, whoo, 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 whoo. And that's how the death is gonna be, man. People are just gonna get chopped down. And matter of fact, it says, "And how great a number shall it fill?" Let me get that real quick, and I'm gonna jump back. Yep, this is 2 Ezra chapter 4, verse 31. It says, ponder now by thyself how great fruit, ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed hath brought forth. You see, and this goes from the time of Adam all the way up until now. We're at the point where wickedness is at its peak. The man of sin himself is ruling. So you know that wickedness and iniquity is going to be on its highest level. You know, especially being at the end of this thing. It says, and when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number, how great a floor shall they fill? You see that? So just imagine you got a field of corn, and the ears of corn are just as far as the eye can see, and all of them just get cut down. There's a reason as to why they want to. The Georgia Guidestone said that they want to reduce population to 500 million. You know, you got about roughly over 8 billion people on the planet right now. And they said that they want to reduce the population to 500 million. So that lets you know that a lot of people have to die. And they're going to use disease, biological warfare, all right, chemical warfare. And then, of course, the actual sword, martial law, internment camps. You're going to have the teeth of wild beasts. It's going to be, man, the Lord is going to make, America is going to be, man, you can't even really put it into words how bad it's really going to be. Okay, so going back here, that's what the word reap means. It says to destroy or to cut off. So that lets you know that who's going to be the one cutting people off is going to be Yahweh, who's only begotten son Yahweh Shai. So it says, for the time has come for thee to reap. It says, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. And remember, the harvest is the end of the world, like it says in the book of Matthew. It says, and he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. The earth was reaped. See that? It says, and another angel came out the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle, right? And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire. See that? So there's an angel that has power and that controls fire, right? It says, and cry. That's why the Spirit of the Lord is going to be in these missiles to do their judgment, and cry with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth. And the clusters of the vine are talking about the elect. Okay, it says, for her grapes are fully ripe. Okay. Actually, let me just verify. I don't want to misspeak. Read it again. Hold on. I'm sorry. My bad. I read this incorrectly. I stand corrected. This is still going into the destruction, because it made me think about the scripture in 2 Ezra as well. How the Lord has a grape of a cluster. I think that's how it goes. Let me just verify. Yeah, I was thinking about this one here, so I misspoke. So Salaki, that's my bad on me. It says 2 Ezra 9:1, and I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. And that made me think about the elect. I was getting this scripture lined up with Revelation 14, so I misspoke, Salaki. This is still going into the destruction in general, because this lines up with Isaiah 63. Right, so it says, and another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth. Right? It says, for our grapes are fully ripe. You see, so these people are ripe for the taking. You see, and what makes them ripe for the taking is how stupefied these people are. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High, which is, like I said, you can read this in Isaiah the 63rd chapter. How Yahweh Shai is going to come, and he's going to stain all his raiment with the blood of the grapes, meaning that it's going to be a lot of bloodshed. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horse bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. See, that lets you know it's going to be a lot of blood shed. Okay, because ultimately it's a sacrifice prepared. All right, so let's finish this off.
Being prepared for the slaughter. I mean, this isn't just about obesity rates, literally, even though those are skyrocketing. This is about a whole population that has been systematically weakened, has been systematically softened, and they've been made utterly dependent to the point where they can't even recognize their own captivity. This is
And that goes for everybody, man. It begins with the Israelite, but that goes to everybody, man. Like, everybody's soft. You know, there's no, there's no real men. You know, and being a real man, is quote unquote toxic in today's time. You know, women rule over them. You know, your children rule over you. You know, you're subject to being at work. 8-9 hours a day. You know, that's how they have it set up. This rat race, man. You see, and it's gonna catch most people off guard.
situation that you're in. I mean, just look at like I say, even literally, look at the bodies of Americans. 30% of U.S. adults in 1999 were obese. Now it's over 40%, and severe obesity, the kind that cripples mobility, that causes diseases, that makes you incapable of even basic physical autonomy, that's doubled in the last 2 decades.
You know, going into how these people be at the grocery store, be big as hell, riding around on carts and it's not because they had surgery or they because they broke their leg. No, it's because they fat as shit, man. They fat as hell. And that's really used for somebody. That's really for somebody who actually needs it, man. Get your big ass up and walk, man. Get your big ass in the gym. You see, but that's how America has it, man. Everybody's diets is all jacked up. The food is just chemicals. It creates a chemical imbalance in your body and your mind, to whereas you can't think. You can't think straight. That's why a lot of these people be bugging out and just start going on, rampage killing sprees too. Big Shirley, Pookie, Ray, all these niggas in the hood, filled up with McDonald's and liquor and all that kind of shit, man. And black culture being shoved down their throat. That's why all this shit has to come to a screeching halt, and it will. But that's all that I had. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone that taught us his truth, and that's what teaching is truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, Lord willing, I say, Shalom.